You will hear a lot of people say, don't reach out, don't do this or that, because you're going to take yourself out of alignment, especially when there are certain portals opening up, certain moon phases, because we are connected to all of that. And when there's certain energetic shifts taking place, and you can't save your twin from their ascension process, just like they couldn't save you and you had to go through all the things. Something that I want to say to all the divine feminines is, like, especially being empathic women, we naturally care, we naturally concern ourselves with the well-being of everybody that we pretty much come into contact with, that we grow to love and care about or just feel concerned with. And it's even more like potent when you find your divine counterpart, or more so they find you, because you call them in with your frequency. The divine counterpart does not come to you until you do certain things, and so you call the divine counterpart in with your frequency. And separation has to happen, because the runner twin, the divine masculine cannot ascend without the separation period, because it is the period of introspection, reflection. That's when the ascension takes place, the activations take place, and that is when the divine masculine is able to shed karmic residue, right? Close out those karmic cycles that we have already closed out, because we usually have broken off certain cycles and closed out the karmic loop first. And that is one of the ways you can know that your divine counterpart will be able to do this, because it's very easy to get caught up in worrying about them, or just wanting to kind of send them like energetic residue, like, so they can know, like, hey, it's going to be okay. And it's very hard not to get enthralled, but you can't save them from themselves, right? Because essentially saving them from their process of stepping into the higher self is saving them from themselves. And they have to learn that they are not running from you. They're running from the parts of themselves that you reflect back to them, right? Because essentially they feel like it's you versus them, but it's really them versus them. And again, it's like that with all of us. Even when we go through any kind of warfare, that's why I say all the time, it's always you versus you. That's why my advice is always to collapse the timeline. It doesn't matter if the witches of Eastwick were after you and they did this or that in your energy, or people are trying to siphon your spiritual inheritance, or whatever the case may be. Anything that's happening in your reality, you have co-created on a subconscious level. So it's always you versus you. It's never you versus them. That's why my answer is always go inward, figure it out, whatever shadows you need to face, integrate, transmutate that energy, and collapse the timeline. You can wake up the next day to a new reality. It's just based on your own subconscious reprogramming. And it's just that simple. I do this all the time. I do this on a weekly basis. Like, my reality is my own. I own it.